he had me stand up in front of the whole team and pretty much say, like, I had been invited to play for, like, Team USA for the 2nd year. Yeah, it was really cool. So, at first, the first time, we had a game against Owen Sound, and I didn't play, and we lost, and so I was just sitting in the car with one of my teammates, and David Lasan had called, and I'd been playing pretty well at the time, and I was talking to my parents. I'm like, "Oh, it'd be cool, like, if I had a chance to even go to a camp or, like, make
Yes.
the team." And he had called, I started freaking out because there had been no other reason why he would be calling me in my head, and so
Yeah.
I answered it, and at the time, it would have just been, like, a camp invite, so I was gonna have to go there and still earn a job pretty much, and then I would have been, I think, 2 or 3 days later, we were playing London, which at the time, they lost that year, they lost in the Mem Cup finals, so they were obviously a really good team, and
Mhm.
so I was nervous because I knew he would be watching, and there's a lot on the line for my own sake, and we ended up losing 9 or 8 to 1, like, it was a bad, like, it was a blowout. We had,
Yeah.
like, I think I got pulled after 7 goals maybe, and so I
Okay.
sitting on the bench, it's like, "Oh, I might have just blew my
Oh,
chance to
yeah.
make the team." And then the next morning, John Van Beesbrook had texted me saying, like, a formal invite to call him pretty much saying, "Congrats on making the team." So,
Oh my
my
gosh.
I called him, he had invited me to the team, and so that was a really special moment. I called my parents, and they were at Disney World at the time, and my mom and dad and sister were all just super excited. They
Oh, yeah.
excited and proud of me for that moment, and then the second moment, the 2nd year, we were driving or we were busing to Windsor, and
Okay.
Son had called me previously, like, a few days before, pretty much asking if I'd be interested. I might have the same role as being the 3rd guy again, but
Mhm.
and I told him, like, "Yeah, I would love the chance to make history possibly with Team USA and,
Yeah.
fight possibly being the number 2 goalie." And then when we got to Windsor, Marty Williamson kinda asked for all the Americans to raise their hand, which was only me. Um, he had me stand up in front of the whole team and pretty much say, like, I had been invited to play for, like, Team USA for the 2nd year in Ottawa,
Oh my
so
gosh.
that was cool to be able to share that moment with my teammates and staff and
Yeah.
everybody that was there, so, yeah, they did both times were definitely very memorable, so very happy.
Yeah.
So, my dad, he had played for Team USA in the Olympics, when they were in Lillehammer, I think it was
Oh, okay.
1994.
Wow.
Well, I had sat down with him, and I actually have my helmet right here, but,
Oh, yeah?
I was just asking him, like, for a bunch of, like, help because he had obviously had a custom helmet, and just I was Googling a lot of, like, things and trying to just mash a bunch of things together, and I was
Yeah.
able to come up with one, and I just stuck with that for both years, so I was really happy with the
Nice.
way it had turned out, and, yeah, I was just happy with how everything turned out, so
Yeah.
on the top, we have the bald eagle kinda gripping onto the US flag, and then on the side here, we have the USA shield with some stars going down and
Nice.
stripes. And then last year, I was 31, the year before I was 30, so they were
Okay.
able to change that. And then it's the same on the other side with the
Nice.
USA shield, and then on the back plate, I have the state of Michigan, where I am currently, and then the state of Florida, where I was growing up or where I was living for 5 years, and then my nickname. And then underneath here, you
Nice.
can kinda see it, I put a horseshoe for very
Nice.
cool. So, yeah, they did it the guy who wrapped it did an unbelievable job, like,
Yeah,
couldn't have
that's
asked for it.
amazing.
So, yeah, really happy with how it turned out.
That's
Yeah, just the way it came together, like, I like how the shield's got the stripes going all the way down to the chin. I
yeah.
like how he's able to put, like, the bald eagle there. It's
Yeah.
obviously very important for yeah, eagle in our country, so
Mhm.
yeah, just the way it came together was really good. Camaraderie of the team, like,
Mhm.
obviously, I had never been outside of US or Canada until that moment, so
Yeah.
being in another country was really cool, being like, experiencing that with my family as well. But, like, just how tight the team was, like, they had the '05s and the '04 groups from the program, and being, like, a guy who was playing junior C and barely playing in the OHL at the time, I didn't know how they were gonna, like, take me in.
Mhm.
They welcomed me with open arms, like, always keeping up to me, like, how I'm doing like, with the role I was in, and I was just happy to be able to be there and experience it, like, at the hotel, all the team meals, we were just in the hot tubs together, the saunas, just hanging out in everybody's room, just how tight the team was really cool, like,
Oh, that's so cool.
how they operated, so, yeah, that was probably the best moment, and just obviously being able to win and share that
Yeah.
experience with everybody on the ice and in the locker room and at the hotels with the family was really, really cool. So, our head coach, David Carl, did a really good job of kinda just getting to us about, like, you can't be full, like, you gotta find another gear. Just because you won 1 gold medal doesn't mean anything, like, it's pretty hard to go and do 2, and the US had
Mhm.
never done that before, so that was kind of our motto. We're always hungry, we're never full. So he did a really good job with that, and the '06s came in and did an unbelievable job. The leadership, the staff did like, everybody pulled their weight and did their role, which was really important to doing that. And we ended up losing to Finland. I think it was in pool play in overtime.
Okay.
That was our US's first loss in a little bit just because
Wow.
they'd gone undefeated in the tournament previously, and, like,
Yes.
nobody was worried, like, nobody was getting down on anybody. We all stayed even keeled, and going into the finals, even sitting up in the stands with the other guys, like, nobody was worried even when we were down 2 goals. Everybody's like, "Oh, we know we're coming back," like, we're
Yeah.
not worried at all. So, yeah, just being able to, like, see how nobody ever, like, was started to get panicky or any of that, that was really cool.